All right, everyone. Station Captain here. It's a Friday afternoon in April here in Glendale. We've spent a good deal of time this week talking about getting prepared, having supplies, knowing some basic skills, understanding the risks we face like heat, monsoons, power outages, even highway incidents, and thinking about the right mindset for readiness. But there's one final crucial piece I want to focus on today: the community factor. How your preparedness helps everyone. We've talked a lot about self-reliance, about taking care of your own household, and that's the foundation. But the positive impact of your preparedness doesn't stop at your front door. It ripples outward, strengthening your neighbors and your community in profound ways. Think about it from my perspective as a first responder. When a major event hits, say widespread flash flooding during a monsoon or a multi-day power outage during a heat wave, 911 lines light up. Emergency services get stretched incredibly thin, incredibly fast. We have to prioritize the most critical, life-threatening calls. Here's where your individual preparedness makes a huge difference to us and to the community. When you're prepared, you're less likely to need emergency help for basic issues. If you have your own supply of water, you won't be calling because you're desperately thirsty. If you have a good first aid kit and basic skills, you can handle minor injuries yourself instead of calling for an ambulance. If you have flashlights and batteries, you're less likely to have accidents in the dark or call asking when the power will be back on. Information usually available through other channels. Every single call for a non-emergency need that doesn't happen because someone was prepared frees up firefighters, paramedics, and police officers to respond faster to that house fire, that serious medical call, that critical rescue situation. Your preparedness directly helps ensure that limited emergency resources can go where they are most desperately needed. But it goes beyond just reducing the burden on us. Even better, when you are prepared and secure in your own situation, you might be in a position to help others. You can't effectively help your neighbor if you're struggling to meet your own basic needs. But if your household is stable, you have water, food, light, necessary medications, you have the capacity to look beyond your own situation. Maybe you can check on an elderly or medically fragile neighbor during that heat wave power outage, making sure they're okay, perhaps sharing a fan or some cool water. Maybe you have an extra gallon of water or some canned food you can share with a family down the street who ran short. This is the complete opposite of hoarding. Maybe your cell phone is charged and you can help a neighbor contact their family. Maybe you can use those basic first aid skills to help someone who took a tumble during the storm. These aren't grand, heroic gestures necessarily. They are simple acts of community, of neighbors looking out for neighbors. Your individual preparedness empowers you to be part of that vital neighborhood support system. It transforms you from someone potentially needing help into someone potentially offering help. Your preparedness strengthens your whole community. This community factor becomes exponentially more critical during truly catastrophic large-scale disasters, the kind we see impacting other areas of the United States. When those events happen, formal help can be days, even weeks away for many. Think about the aftermath of a major hurricane on the coast. Roads are impassable, power is out everywhere, communication is down. The only help available initially is neighbors. Those who prepared can form impromptu teams, clearing debris, sharing scarce generator fuel for charging essential devices, checking house to house, providing crucial first aid for injuries until organized help can arrive. Individual preparedness is the bedrock of that immediate community response. After a destructive tornado tears through a town in the plains, its neighbors digging through rubble, applying first aid, sharing information from battery-powered radios, and providing support. Preparedness allows people to function and assist in that initial chaos. Following a major earthquake on the West Coast, trained neighbors in CERT, Community Emergency Response Team programs, activate, assessing damage, fighting small fires, performing light search and rescue, and providing medical aid. Their ability to act relies on their own prior preparedness. During paralyzing blizzards or ice storms up north or in the mountains, community cooperation is essential for survival. Checking on the isolated, sharing resources like heat and food, helping to dig out, these actions depend on individuals first having secured their own situation through preparedness. In widespread flooding events, neighbors often work together on sandbagging efforts, helping each other evacuate and supporting each other in shelters. Being personally prepared reduces the strain on those formal systems and enables participation in mutual aid. The lesson is universal. Disasters are community events. While emergency services do everything possible, the immediate survival and longer-term recovery depend heavily on the resilience of the community itself. And that resilience is built block by block, household by household, through individual preparedness. When you prepare, you're not just investing in your own safety, you're investing in the safety and strength of your neighborhood. You become part of the solution. So as you head into your weekend here in Glendale, think about this community dimension. Question: how does individual preparedness benefit the neighborhood? How could your preparedness potentially help those living closest to you? So, maybe this weekend, besides checking your own supplies, take a moment to say hello to a neighbor you don't know well. Maybe share some of the preparedness information we've discussed. Consider looking into joining or starting a neighborhood watch group or CERT program if one exists in your area. Building connections is just as important as building a supply kit. Let's work towards a community where we're not just individually prepared, but where we're a truly resilient community, ready to support each other when it matters most. Your preparation is a vital part of that effort. Stay safe and stay connected.